If you're a guy like myself and you're experiencing heartbreak, or you're in a situation where somebody has betrayed your trust, somebody has done some things that you didn't expect them to do, and now it's had an adverse effect on yourself, and you've been going through it recently and you've been wondering how you can escape that scenario and how you can actually get better, this video is going to be for you. It's not going to be a long one, it's going to be a pretty short one, but I've experienced some of the stuff that you're experiencing right now, and I'm going to give you 3 tips that helped me, and hopefully these things can help you. Quite passionate about this topic because I see so much guys go through it, and it's very sad, but it happens as part of our character development. But anyway, the first thing that's going to help you get over the situation that you're in right now, people are going to say that it's time, and I actually do agree with it. I do agree with time, but one of the key things that's actually going to help you right now is feeling your emotions. People are going to tell you, go gym, go do this, go do whatever. I agree with that, but you can't run away from your emotions. The worst thing that you can do is run away from your emotions, because at the end of the day, when it's nighttime and it's just you said goodnight to your mum, you said goodnight to your dad, you said goodnight to your siblings, brother, whatever, grandma, whoever's in the house, and you go to bed, you're on TikTok, or maybe you're tired now, you put TikTok down and it's just you in a dark room, you're gonna feel it, bro. 100% you're gonna feel it. So you can't run away from your emotions. You have to really embrace the emotions. You have to embrace the thoughts. You have to embrace the questions that you have about the situation. You have to embrace the fact that things are no longer going to be how you wanted it to be. Things are no longer going to be how you thought it was going to be. These are the things that you have to really stand right in front of and look it directly in the face and not try and shy away from it. Don't get me wrong. You are going to be sad, bro. You probably will cry. There will be times where you're talking to your boys and you feel extremely sad. There will be times where you're talking to people and you've got a fake smile on. There will be times when you're around people and that's the only time you genuinely feel happy, because that's the time where you're not thinking about the situation that's just happened, right? These things will happen. But the worst thing that you can do is try to escape these feelings and escape these scenarios, because what happens is guys, they start drinking, they start smoking, they start having intercourse with so many different girls, trying to numb the pain. If anything, that's going to make it worse. There's all of these things that men do to try and cope, right? But it's not going to work. If anything, you're really making it worse. So what do I mean by actually feel your emotions? I want you to generally sit down and say, cool, let's say your name is Tom. All right, cool. Talk to yourself just talk to yourself, but say it as if, I hope that makes sense. Talk to yourself as if you're standing right in front of yourself, giving yourself advice. Let's say your name is Tom. Tom, how do I actually feel right now? What's going through my mind? Why do I feel this way? Cool. And then you can actually articulate to yourself why you feel that way, why it's bothering you, why it's hurting you. And maybe you can have this conversation with a friend. It doesn't have to be by yourself. But essentially what you need to do is really come to terms with your emotions and how you feel. And another thing that I want you to realize is that after you do this, this is not something that you do once. You're probably gonna have to do this daily until you actually heal, right? But I want you to understand that even after you do this, it's not to make the emotions go. Because after you feel the emotions are not going anywhere. They're gonna stay. But it's better that you face your emotions to a point where eventually you get used to it and it doesn't bother you so much anymore, and you actually learn how to live with it and cope with it, rather than you running away from it and this thing is chasing you, and now whenever it catches you at nighttime and you're sleeping, or you're not sleeping, you're about to go sleep and you're crying your eyes out, it's not worth it, bro. I don't want to say be a man, because obviously these situations, it will really test your man. I don't want to say it tests your manhood, but it will really test your masculinity, and it brings out other sides of you that people actually haven't seen before. But I want you to really stand firm and face your emotions. Don't run from it, right? Some people end up using gym and they use all of these other things to avoid their emotions. I'm not saying don't go to the gym when you're heartbroken. Go to the gym. I was in the gym. The gym was dark. It wasn't dark, but I'm the only person in the gym. It's like 2 a.m. I ain't got no headphones. It's just me. Like, go to the gym, but don't use it as an escape, if that makes sense. Use it to better yourself. Use it to improve yourself. Use it to stimulate the mind, stimulate your body, get better. Do use it for that reason. Of course, there will be days where you do go to the gym, and when you're in the gym, you're not thinking of it, of course. But don't use gym as an escape, because if you use it as an escape, you don't heal, right? That's the first thing. A bit passionate about that. The second thing that's gonna help you get over your heartbreak is talking to people. Please do not isolate yourself in your bedroom. You're not eating, you're not going anywhere, you're not getting any sunlight. It's the worst thing that you can do, right? You're not the only person in the world that's had a heartbreak. And this is coming from somebody that's experienced it. You're not the only person in the world that has gone through your situation, right? But I understand that when you're going through the situation, it feels like it's just you. It feels like the world is caving in and your whole mental model of that person or your mental model of life has just crumbled right in front of you. You have no clue how to pick it up. What I want to tell you is that you're not the only person to go through that. So it's very important that you speak to people that's had a similar situation to you, or you just speak to people that you can confide in, because there will be times where you have questions, there's things that you want to say but you can't go and say it to that person. So there will be times where you're talking to your friends but you've probably said the same thing to your friend about 5 times over the space of a month. But if that's your friend and that friend truly understands what you're going through, they will have no problem listening to you. Like I had friends that, well, I still have friends, but during that time I had friends that I was speaking to, but I might say the same thing over and over again, but they understand that I'm not looking for a solution. I just need to get this off my chest. I just need to speak to someone about this. But yeah, when I went through my situation, I really thought to myself, like, wow, if I did not have people to speak to, not in the most dramatic sense, but I understood the feeling that brought guys to, let's say, self-harm or the suicide or like the proper depression where people are losing weight. I'm not saying that I was at that stage, but I understood the feeling that brought people to that stage. I keep messing up my words, but I understood what brought people to that stage, right? And one of the things that helped me a lot was just having people to speak to, having people to confide in, or confide with. If you don't have these people, message me. My Instagram is AaronCEO or Aaron.markets. I have 2 Instagrams. One's personal, one's business. If you don't have someone to speak to, message me. Like, I understand the situation that you're going through. And of course, all heartbreak isn't the same. For some person, maybe their marriage failed. For one person, maybe their girlfriend cheated with their best friend. For another person, maybe that girl left him on good terms and they wasn't actually arguing. Like, everyone's situation is going to be different, but heartbreak is still heartbreak, and everybody handles their situation completely differently, right? But yeah, the third thing, do I have a third thing for you guys? Yeah, the third thing that's going to help you heal over your heartbreak is having something to look forward to. Just after my heartbreak, well, I don't want to say after my heartbreak, because my heartbreak literally was a long period of time, but just after the situation, I had met Jazz Rose, somebody that I had looked up to for a very, very long time in terms of business. And me and myself and Hazefa, a good friend of mine, ended up having a business together, and we was mentored by Jazz Rose. That was something to look forward to. So every day I had something that I needed to do. I had clients I needed to speak to. I had business plans I needed to go over. I had my mentor to speak to. I had calls to be a part of. So I had things that I needed to do. So I wasn't in my room every single day just thinking about this girl. Of course, don't get me wrong. There were days where I'm at my desk right now and she'll just randomly come into my mind. I'm like, bro, what am I supposed to do? There's times where you will go to sleep, have a dream about the person, wake up, think about the person. Like, there will be times when you can't escape it, but this is just what happens. But it's a lot easier when you have something to look forward to in your life. Maybe that's a holiday, maybe that's a new job, maybe that's making new friends, maybe it's starting a new business or a hobby. Have something to do, because the worst thing that you can do is just stay in your room and stay isolated and have these feelings eat you up all the time. So yeah, those are the 3 things that I want you to do if you are heartbroken and you're watching this video. If you're heartbroken and you're watching this video right now. dedicate yourself to self-improvement. Dedicate yourself to getting better, because you're gonna be hurt regardless. Whether you get better or you stay the same, you're still, there's gonna be a period of time where you're gonna be hurt. But at least be hurt and be better than be hurt and stay the same or potentially get worse. Because at the end of the day, life moves on, and you haven't met every single person in the world that's gonna love you yet. So yeah, you're probably still young as well. If you're not, life is still going on. You're still gonna meet people. So the journey continues, man. Don't let these situations get you down. If it does, you get back up. And I know it's easier said than done, but I did it. So if I can do it, you can probably do it as well. Don't stay down. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, drop a subscribe, drop a like. If it was useful, drop a comment. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys on the next vid.